Love. How do you define it? I've been healing my perspective of love lately. For someone who has read books about love, writes about it, and has conversations about it, I struggle to open my heart to love in a way where I need it most. Growing up, I always thought it was a romantic feeling only adults can feel. I would foolishly reject love, thinking it was not for me. The notion of love had me confused. Currently, I've been questioning it a lot, eager to heal parts of me that wishes to love better. Who reminds me of love? What does love look like in my memories? How can I be better at loving? I turn to dear friends who remind me of love. I ask them to recall nostalgic memories in their dearest relationships, in hope that it reminds me of how love shows up in our lives. And I hope it reminds you too.
When we were kids, we were supposed to go to sleep, but kept giggling and laughing underneath the bedsheets, hiding from our parents. The lights were off, and we kept popping our heads up from the blanket to see if our parents were still watching. The love we share feels like cartwheeling in the park on a warm summer's afternoon, laughing and screaming as you get lifted higher and higher on a swing. It felt fun and silly and free, a pure moment of unbridled joy. Love means everything, the embodiment of our human experience.
Nick is the man I've been patiently waiting for. He's my first and last love. Prior to him, I was going on many dates, but never settling for less, and always being intentional with what aligned with me.
My special memory with her was when I had trekked all the way to visit her in Bournemouth for our 5th date. Now, mind you, by this point, we haven't even had our first kiss yet. But me being me, I asked to spend a week with her, and she, for some crazy reason, had agreed to it.
Our first week together by the beach felt so sacred. The open vulnerability, excitement, and curiosity shared between us.
It may sound absurd, but when she cooked adobo for me for the first time, I got this huge rush of warmth that surged from my belly, through my heart, all the way to the top of my head. And then I realized that this was actually the first time that a romantic figure in my life had ever cooked me food. See, I've been doing everything for everyone for so long that I actually had trouble softening to accept love from a woman. Ainara, through her courage to love, has inspired me to desire a meaningful partnership and lead a remarkable life for both of us.
He reminds me that everything we desire and pray for is possible. The days we were burnt by the sun, with our hearts opening after years of dealing with our own pains. I'm excited to share a lifetime of summers with him. Giving and receiving love helps us to become higher versions of ourselves. As a result, in this lifetime, we must do our best to love. This includes unlearning what makes us feel unlovable too.
So, I was 5 years old, playing alone outside the DVD store my mother worked at, and I saw an injured pigeon on the side of the street. I begged my mom to let me take them home. I nursed it back to health. Eventually, the wings had healed. It was a kindness and a connection to the world, for me and the pigeon. Fast forward, I'm 23 years old, living alone at the time, and I saw a manky orange cat outside my window. I took them in, fed them, nursed them, and then they grew and grew, until one night they cuddled by my side and cried, leaking on my bed. They gave birth in front of me. I took care of her and her kittens. It was a kindness and a connection to the world, for me and for her. My little kitten. Animalistic and simplistic if you think about it. Hey, maybe this isn't love. Maybe this is pure survival. But I ain't never seen another animal let me smush their face and rub their belly like my little kitten. And if I ever doubt if I'm hard to love or difficult to trust, I look down at the purring kitten in my arms, son of the stray cat that wandered into my yard.
Throughout this process, I got to see my friends open their hearts to me. A time capsule into their past and their future. It makes me feel grateful to have a healthier vision of love in front of me. I've had my fair share of foolishness that was supposedly love. I'm still learning to be patient because we're all learning to love too. A bowl of sliced fruit after an argument is love. A text asking if I'm home safe is love. And another chance at friendship is love. Once we nourish ourselves with it, it will enhance our lives. And I can say now that I know love is real because I exist and I'm so full of it.
She waits for me, calling me softly. I think of her early in the morning when the light falls on my skin, and I'm still dreaming of us dancing, of us dancing.